Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Partaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusantadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavatvishini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sanghapada Kramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. We'll read from 20 onwards. Datavyamiti yadhanam dhiyate nupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha tadhanam satvikam smritam yattu pratyupakarartam palamuddhishya va punah diyate cha pariklishtam tadhanam rajasam smritam Adesha kale yadhanam apatrebhyascha dhiyate asakritvam avajñātam tattamasamudahritam Om tatsaditi nirdeshah brahmanastrividas smritah brahmanastena vedascha yajñāscha vihita pura. Having explained in detail Trivida Shraddha, three kinds of faith, for our mind is constantly polluted by what we see, what we experience in this world, our Shraddha can be shaken up. Our faith in ourselves, faith in God, faith in world, faith in people, faith in everything can be shaken by circumstances in life. Economy is not doing well, recession, or it can be physical health, it can be strained relationships, absence of opportunities at work, or doubting oneself where am I going? So many different possibilities are there, because of which we lose our stability, our enthusiasm to go forward. And no action in this world is without possible troubles, errors, and not resulting in the correct result that we want. When we communicate with someone, it need not be necessary that that person understands the same way which we meant. That's why very many times we say, I don't mean it that way. I know you're mean. So we have certain preconceived notions. And many times, even when we do an action, others misunderstand it. When we say something, people misunderstand. So even if a person is doing an action which is pure noble, even there can be some errors, certain mistakes. In puja vidhanam, it's called lopa. Lopa means a defect, failure, incompleteness. Shraddha lope, dhyana lope, mantra lope, kriya lope, shakti lope, shraddha lope, khan. All those things we say that. That's why precautionary we say, like when we, let's say, you're going somewhere and a company, tourist company or agency, before they take you, they say disclaimer, making sure that you don't come and sue us. In the same way, when we do the right thing also, we must pray to the Lord. Even if I made a mistake, disclaimer, I should not be punished for this, because I knowingly did not do it. Vihitam avihitam va sarvameda chamasva. Whether it is viditam, actually it is viditam aviditam va. Whether I know or I don't know. Or whether it is prescribed or not prescribed, I don't know. Vihitam means what is prescribed. Viditam is what is known. Only one small letter difference. So here, in this verse number 23, it is said that to avoid this possible punishment, a person who has completed any action, as it is said, yajna, dhanam, tapaha, as prescribed in this very chapter itself, these three are to be done. But even in the performance of it, if there was any mistake, then it has been prescribed in our Shastra, Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha Brahmanas Trividas Smrutaha. Trividaha Brahmanaha Nirdeshaha. Nirdesha means indicators. See, any form of God, when we worship, there are procedures. Some people say, God is all compassionate. Why should he punish anybody? Why should he punish? He should be all compassionate one. When he does not punish, how will you come to know that you made a mistake? Tell me. When your child also makes a mistake, would you tell or not tell? Yes. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. That fellow will become spoiled brat. University of Spoiled Children, USC. You know that. They always sent there only. They just don't understand. You made a mistake. If a person didn't makes a mistake in the exam, obviously he will not get the mark. Is it that the teacher punishing or not? Not punishing, but making sure you know that you made a mistake. And merely saying that you made a mistake by itself does not impact that much without a consequence. Something should make you realize it. Merely telling, the impact is very less. So something which you should sit back and think, oh, I should not do it next time. For which there must be some deeper impression should take place. So the punishments are accepted, as I said before also, it's a way of correcting. So that's why nowadays they don't say jail or prison. Correction facility. Isn't that? Whether it's getting corrected or not, I don't know. There they may be enjoying, their food is available, gym is available, insurance is available, medical treatment is available. You don't need to work. Chalo. Very often person will go there and enjoy. Everything is available. And nowadays correction facility is the most comfortable place to go. Only thing is you can't meet people, so it doesn't matter. So what is that correction? That I made a mistake, I should not make it again. So the punishment is always in the form of a means to correct. So here, karma phala dhata, Bhagavan, one who gives the result of action, will not give that result. This is one thing. Second is, you should know that you made a mistake, not merely denying the result, but also giving a result that you must remember. When we were growing up in the school, we used to get here also. Whole day we will just, what is this? Now you try it, you cannot even touch. Parents cannot touch. Oh, forget about the teachers. They will never learn. So here, to understand that the mistakes perhaps would have happened, so before itself one seeks the apology. And the gods whom one worships, after all, they are manifestations of the highest one, Brahman, from whom alone they derive their existence. According to Vedanta, therefore, Brahman is the absolute by whom or whose manifestation alone is all other forms of deities. So, Brahmanaha Trivida Smrutaha Nirdeshaha. The indicators of Brahman are of three kinds. Om Tat Sat Iti. Om Sat Sat Iti Nirdeshaha. So it should be Nirdeshaha. It should be plural, three. It is not three, it is only one, includes all the three. Like Om, when you say, the very word Om or a letter Om has got three sounds associated with that. So A, Akara, Ukara, Makara. It has three letters A, U, M. And these three together make the sound Om. In the same way, Om Tat Sat, even though three words are there, the three are included in Brahman. Therefore, only Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdeshaha Brahmanaha Trividasmutaha. And Pura, in the past, Viditaha, Vihitaha. Vihitaha, as I said, They are all ordained, established, ruled as the ways of overcoming mistakes which you may knowingly or unknowingly you might have committed. And there are three things important in any action: the doer, the means to do, and the action itself. Karta, Karana, Karma. Explained last week also about that. So here, in any ritual, the Karta is Brahmanaha. Here, Brahmanaha does not mean merely a person who is born in a priestly class, but one who does take up the action of worshipping God. So they are priests, so Brahmanaha. Then Vedaha. What is that through which they understand what to do? The scriptures. And then Yajnaha, the rituals, the action. In all these three, it is mentioned, or it has to be followed by all the three. As what? That one should utter the name or the indicators of Brahman. Now, when it comes to indicators, one would not understand what it is. So, when you are driving a car and you are turning left, what do? You have to indicate, right? I'm going to go left. In India, there's and turn left, turn right also. And then I fooled you. So, the indicator is to make sure that our attention is on that. Gurudev used to give the example, indicator is different from the indicated. Like if I say, this is Om, the absolute. Where is your attention now? On my hand, or on the stick, or on what I am indicating? This is the indicator. That is the indicated. Right? Look at that picture of Hanuman. When I say, you should look there, not here. If you are sticking into this stick, then you will not see that. Similarly, Om, Tat, Sat, these are all the indicators. One should not get stuck with that. So what is being indicated, where that should be the attention. He used to give the example, Gurudev. A teacher wanted to show a bright star in the sky. It is far away, no doubt, among the cluster of stars. He says to the students, look at that star, bright one. Where is that? Well, in the hand, you cannot show that easily, because the hand can show an area, not exactly where it is. So they look at his hand, look at the sky. Where is he indicating? What is it? Okay. He takes them all to a nearest tree. You see this tree? Yes. Very good. You see, on the right side of the tree, there is one branch going on the right, all going this way. You see that? Yes. At the tip of that branch of the tree, there are small two twigs. Do you see that? Yes. In the left twig, there are two leaves. Do you see that? Yes. Between the two leaves, there is a bright light. Do you see that? Yes. That's what I wanted to show you. Now keep your attention on the light between the two leaves and move your head. Now you see that. Hey, if the student is getting stuck with the tree, he will never see the star. So even though the star is not part of the tree at all, it is millions of miles away or light years away. But to indicate that which is far off, you have to use something which is close to you. Right? Unknown can be known through the known. Unknown, but at the same time, it is not unreal, not there. It is there, but presently it is not coming into the comprehension of our intellect. It is not known to us, as it's not experienced by us, even though present. Now, if you are watching a movie and I say, you are watching, all right, the movie is going on. It is. Now, shift your attention to the screen. What you should do? To see the screen on which the movie is being projected, what you should do? Meditate. Pranayam karna hai. Pranayamam pratyaharam. All these are all necessary because our mind is not subtle enough to shift that attention. In this case in this example, to see the screen on which the thing is projected, all that you have to do is not to close your eyes, not to look somewhere else, but wherever you are looking, your mind should catch what is beyond that, on what it is projected. Right? You don't need to do anything else. No, I have to do Shirasasan for that. Shirasasan karke kya ho? These are all sahakarika sadhanani. They are all auxiliary, helpful means. But if you are catching only that and not going beyond, it is as foolish as the boy looking only at the leaves and not leaving it. The leaf should be left and look beyond that. So therefore here, Om, Tat, Sat. These three are indicators of the nature of Brahman. So it is not too far away from you, yet it is too far away when you don't pay attention. What is the distance between the screen and the movie projected on it? What is the distance? There's no distance. What is the distance between the pot and the mud by which it is made? When I look at a, there used to be a pot here. There used to be a pot I used to keep. Not there. The rope is here. Snake and the rope. A mud pot, when I show it to you, what is it? You will say pot. Where is the mud? It is inside the pot, outside the pot, above the pot, below the pot, 10 feet away from the pot. So even though when I ask you, you say pot, is it not mud? Yes, Swamiji, it is a mud pot. So there are two things, right? Mud and the pot. No. So where the pot is, there itself is the mud. And the distance between mud and the pot is 0. Correct. In the same way, I'll come to the point why I'm talking about this is, when we say Om, it means that Brahman, and it is the very essence of our own being. It is not something which is far away. Even though the next word is put as Tat. Om Tat Sad. Whichever is indicated as that, we usually consider that as other than us. Okay. No, you just got up, I thought. So bring that chair when I say, obviously it is far away from me. Deshthu apeksha. Considering time, the space, time, and object. Duravat tishtati. As though away from it. Yat tat. Tad padasya vachyartha. So the word that means that, which apparently, when literally you take that word, it means that far away. Where, what is it? Deshe, in the times of space, it is far off. Or you may say, no, that day I came, yes. What are you saying? Kala, time. In terms of time also, that which has happened past, or that will happen in the future, that day when it comes, we'll see that future. Or vastu, oh, not this, that one. When you say that, that means this, the object, vastu, other than that vastu, other than this object. This is the literal meaning of the word tat. But what is the lakshyartha, meaning indicative meaning? This is which we are to focus on. Indicative meaning of that is that which you think you don't know. That which you think which you are not. That which you think it is far away from you. That is the actual meaning of the word tat. You are mistaking yourself to be something else, and therefore what you are remains deshe kale vastu parichinnavat tishtati, as though limited by time, space, and object. So we'll come back to that a little later. Then Sat. This is also Brahman. There are not three things. They are all three indicating the same thing. Sat is not sad, S-A-T, not S-A-D. Anyway, nowadays, California University don't want SAT also. Sat also they don't want. Asat only they want. SAT. Sat. What it means is existence. Now, existence, when we say, we always attribute it to something which we know as existing. When I say this book exists, yes, I see it, you see it, pratyaksha it is. You see it, I see it. This table exists. Yes, I see it, you see it. I exist. Yes? You see me existing? Yes or no? Don't say no. I'm existing, yes. You exist. What is the proof? What is the proof that you're existing? What is the proof that you are existing with respect to others? With respect to others, because they see me. With respect to me, do I have to see myself? Yeah, I exist. So when I come to the question of do I exist, I do not need somebody else to tell me. Even a small child knows its existence. Mommy, yes, do I exist? It doesn't need to ask. Self-existence is unquestionable awareness. Even in the darkest room, you know that you exist. You don't need to touch yourself. You do not have to look at yourself. You do not have to smell yourself. You don't have to hear yourself. You don't have to touch yourself. You don't have to see yourself. I know. So that self-existence is present in all things equally. Only when it comes to manifestation, we know it as a name and the form. Before you were born, what was your name? What was your name when you were in the womb of the mother? Agini. You had a name? No. Did you exist? Yes. So maybe what is your name therefore? Benami. Without any name. Anamika. Nam. Benam nahi. So I exist. And the name is only for reference to others. Do you forget your name sometime? Maybe. What's your name? Wait, no, let me think. So it is as good as you as for us it is true because we had original name and then the brahmachari name, the sannyasa name. So, or if you are really a thief who is changing names every other month, then you have to remember what's your name. You have to introduce it. I am. What did I tell him last time? So this Sat is not something which you ever failed to be. No object fails to be that. If this book is there, they say book is in this on the table. When they remove the book away, table is. When they remove the table, the stage is. When they remove the stage, the hall is. The floor is. When you remove the floor, space is. Is. That is Brahman. Now, think about it. How far we are from that? So, the nature of Brahman is Tat in the Lakshyartha, not the literal meaning. Sat, which is not mere physical existence, but awareness of everything that is there, because all of them enjoy the same status of being. Then we come to Om now. Om is indicated as the nature of Om iti Brahma, Om iti idagam sarvam. Upanishad mentions that Om is Brahman. Now, Om is Brahman means Om is the way to easily indicate Brahman. Why it is so? Technically speaking, as I said before, it is made of 3 letters, A, U, and Ma. These are to indicate 3 avasthas, 3 states of our experiences. Presently, all of you are in the state of waking, I presume. You know, are you all awake? And just maybe 3-4 hours back, or even yesterday when you went to bed, you went into a stage of dream, where you have created your own world away from this world of reality, so-called reality of this world, and then you started your own reality of the world in your own mind, not knowing that it is a dream. And that experience may be pleasant or unpleasant, whatever it is. So there is a state of waking, there is a state of dream, and then slowly, slowly you glided yourself into a state of deep sleep. And you didn't even know that you were sleeping until you woke up this morning. Where were you? So Gaya. So Gaya? No, so Gaya. Where did you go? Gaya means going. Where did you go? Where did you go in sleep? I didn't go anywhere. Then you said Gaya. No. Gaya means I was not available for anybody else, this world. Short time only. If I'm not gone for ever, then mar gaya. So gaya means what? For a short period of time, I was not available. Not available, but available to myself. For others, I was not available. I was with me. purely with me, with nothing else. So that is also an avastha. In Sanskrit, stha means to stay. Sthanam. Sthanam is a station, a place, a dwelling place. Hindusthanam. You know, Hindustan. In Hindi, mein Hindustan hota hai. Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. There's so many stans are there. Uzbekistan, Pakistan. So sta to stay. And if you put ava before that, it's called avastha. Ava means coming down. Avatar, avaman. So avastha means a state where you have moved away from this. When you are fully engaged with the body, mind, and intellect, because of which you are perceiving your objects and emotion and thought, and this world fully available to you, you're moved away from this. It's an avastha called jagrat, waking. Waking state, where I am, even though I am this Om, the supreme reality Brahman, but not aware of that, I am busily engaged with the body, perceiving the world of things, with the mind, emotions, with the intellect, thoughts, ideas, planning. So we have moved away from that state, and that we consider as a set of experience from morning till evening, night. That avastha is called jagrat, waking. But at some point of time, when you are mentally tired or physically tired, you let go of this part. All of us do unceremoniously every day. This part we move away from. And we only be here within mind, intellect. So mind, feeling, emotions, intellect, thinking, thoughts. Again, moving away from that. And that stage where your mind is available, not much of the intellect though, because you are not deciding things, you are not planning anything, or perhaps you are not understanding anything particularly. You're just experiencing it at the mind level. Dream. So the state of waking is indicated by the letter A. A. The state of dream is indicated by the letter U. Ukaro swapna sthitihi, akaro jagra sthitihi, avastha. Then at some point of time, when I said, we are tired of everything and you go to sleep, even this is not available to you. So therefore, the whole world of objects, emotion, thoughts, all of them have disappeared from your perception, from your experience. Where are you? You are here. Not there, still here. In the world of impressions, without expressions. And that is a darkest part of our personality, where we are immersed in the ocean of memories, without experiencing anything in particular. And that is the time when you say, if I ask what happened there, I don't know. Why? The knowing intellect and mind are absent. What we are seeing, nothing. Body was not even in touch with you. You are not in touch with body as also. Even if I walk by around you 23 times, you will not know that I was around in that same room. Even if I'm making biggest noise also, you would never hear it. Even though your ears are open. Even now your ears are open. But how many of you are hearing? Mind is not available through the senses to register the experience. Even though ears are open, nose is open, sometimes the mouth is also open. The mosquito goes inside and goes around and comes out. You don't know. So that is also avastha. That is indicated by the letter A-U. So together, A-U-M, A-U and Ma makes Om. That to show that we are going through these three states of experiences because of the presence of that. Also, in the absence of these three state of experiences, when a person gets into the state of deep absorption in meditation, known as samadhi, he realizes that waking, dream, and deep sleep are choices we make. You can choose to be there. That is the greatness of all Mahatmas. Where we are in the waking, of course, we have a choice of going to sleep even now. Or close your eyes, you're going to go to the dream. But can you look at it as a choices? To be awake as a choice? Because between these three only you can move. But one can remain without these three also. That is called samadhi. A state of deep absorption. Into what? Into that alone. And that is indicated by Om. So, Brahmanaha Trividaha Smritaha. Brahman is indicated by these three letters, Om, three words, Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdeshaha. Brahmanas Trivida Smritaha. And what is the context? Why a person is, or why people are told to utter this Om Tat Sat at the end of a performance of Yajna, Dana and Tapa, to say that whatever I have done in this worship or Yajna, there may be some mistakes, or I might not have done with the correct attitude of Sattva, even if it is Rajasic, Tamasic by mistake. By submitting and surrendering to Brahman, who is the higher than all other gods, apparently, who alone is expressing through others, may I submit to him. If the clerk, the lower level makes, you made a mistake and the clerk says, this is a mistake, it's not acceptable by me, by our this thing, this need to be redone at all. You have done so much of work to make that paper come to that point, to get some contract or whatever it is. Can I talk to higher authority? Sir, I made the mistake, and please. Okay, you put a signature, that's it done. So everything is overlooked. Atonement. It's called prayaschitta. So all these things are amended. All your mistakes are forgiven. Right? When you go to the higher level. So if your child is made a mistake or whatever, that the teacher is really wanting to punish the child, whatever, then you say, I want to meet the principal. And go to the principal. Yeah. He makes a mistake because I am also like that. He's exactly like me. I did that. My principal was so compassionate. I hope you are also. Okay, so next time don't do it. You went to the higher. Similarly, when you made a mistake in your Yajna, Dana and Tapa, go to the higher one and say that this is a unknown, or without my knowledge, this has happened. Therefore, seeking the forgiveness. Om Tat Saditi Nirdeshaha Brahmanastrivida Smritaha Brahmanaha Tena Vedascha Yajnascha Vihita Pura. Everything must have some exception. That exception is mentioned here. That's why when we excuse me, when you say what I mean, don't accuse me. Please excuse me. So when we say excuse me means what? I might have made a mistake, so please forgive. Now, in the next verse number 24, Tasmat omityudahritya yajnadana tapakriyaha pravartante vidanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam tasmadomityudahritya yajnadana tapakriyaha pravartante vidanoktaha satatam brahmavadinam. Therefore, tasmat brahmavadinam vidana uktaha, by those people who have understood the nature of Brahman, the highest reality, vidana uktaha, knowing that the atonement can be obtained by the utterance of Om Tatsad. Start with Om. Om iti udahritya. Having uttered the word Om, yajna dana kriyaha pravartante satatam. They engage in yajna, sacrifice to the gods, dana, sharing with the other people in the world, tapaha, sacrificing the lower urges to the higher understanding. All these actions are done pravartante. They engage in satatam always. The intention is that, not that knowingly making mistake and then trying to, ask for forgiveness. Unknowingly done. Even in the court of law, premeditated murder is more punishable than unprovoked or provoked anger or provoked crime. If somebody is showing you as dagger and then coming and in return you happen to kill that person or injure that person, that is considered as less punishable than you also carrying and then waiting for that fellow to come and killing that person or hurting that person is considered premeditated. Similarly, when yajna, dana, and tapa are done, unknowingly when you make a mistake, those mistakes can be atoned, can be forgiven by utterance of first the Om. Now, when do you utter Om? How do you utter the word Om? See, mantras are, every mantra will, as you know, in Hinduism, start with Om. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayana. Why that Om? Because that is our home. Hari Om. What is that Om? Mantra, the very word mantra means manana trayate iti mantraha. Mantra is that which you make your mind move away from what you're doing. So, when you are doing many things, that when you take a mantra and chant, the intention is to lift yourself from the present state to something higher, nobler, calmer, peaceful state. And that, therefore, when a teacher, after having taught the student properly, when initiation is done, it's called mantra diksha. What does it mean? That means the student is fit enough to use that mantra for his own or her own upliftment. And that needs to be given by a teacher who has used it very effectively for his own upliftment. Then alone that teacher is capable of giving that mantra to the student. And the student also can use that mantra only when he had practiced it. In other words, when a person is doing this yajna, dana, and tapa, and then at the end of it, Om Tat Sat, that's it. it will have no effect. Why? Are you bribing Brahman? Because you are to remember that Brahma Tattva through meditation upon Om, and because of which you are capable of accessing that state of awareness when you are completing the act of Yajna, Dana and Tapa. And such a person, when he says Om, it has power. Not that the word, not just that word or the letter Om. As I said before also, the person who surpasses all the clerks and then finally says, okay, even if there are mistakes, it doesn't matter. His signature has a validity. Why? Because he has that power. He's been given that authority, right? That's why he won't sign it easily. If it is government of India undertaking, undertaking is necessary. Then only that signature has a power. You will not sign it easily. Or if you go to a doctor and then it is not a over-the-counter medicine, then what do you need to do? So you have to go and request him and he will check your thing and then he say, okay, you need this medicine. And then he writes the name of the medicine. Only the pharmacist knows what he has written. Nobody else. Brahma also cannot do anything about it. Brahma looks at it. I don't know. This must be a doctor. Give it to the pharmacist. They have an intimate relationship between each other. So he would not sign and give it to you on his letter pad unless he has the authority. He knows what it means, right? You may not know what it is. What that medicine means and what that medicine means to you. So that Om is uttered not just a letter or a word, only when it is meditated upon by the one who is uttering it for a long time. So also Tat Sat. We'll come to that later. Om Tat. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhat bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.